For my Web 2.0 project, I decided to experiment with ePub Bud. It's an online program that lets you create ebooks you can actually download onto iPads, onto tablets, or even onto computers, and you can use these to create books that other people could read. So what I decided to do for my project is I want my students to pick one of the topics we covered during the year and create an ebook that they would use to read to a fifth grader. And the reason I picked fifth graders is because I currently teach seventh graders. And I'd like them to take a concept and simplify it because that takes higher order thinking to simplify something. So I want them to create a picture book that the fifth graders could read that would help introduce them to some of the science topics they're going to cover once they hit seventh grade. So this is what the website looks like. And you can do lots of fun things with it. You can change the font, you can change the colors, you can add pictures, and it's a really simple editor to use that I think students would have an easy time with. And so what I did was I chose acids and bases, and here I found a reader on my Windows computer that I can use to read my book. So what I did was on each page I gave some font and I kept it simple. I did make it big, but I didn't change the colors too much because these are going to be for fifth graders and we want to keep them focused. And I used pictures online to help supplement. So as I went through, I just pointed out some acids and bases they use in their everyday life because I want them to make it relevant for these fifth graders. So they know that what we're reading is important, that they're actually going to use it every day. And on some pages, I just found pictures online. A lot of times I talked about what their pH is, and I tried to pick things that I thought they would see every day. So I went with some foods, I went with some snacks, I even used milk, magnesia, and Tums because I'm sure they've had a stomach ache at some point during their lives. And I just made it pretty simple for one that you could use as an example, but I'd really like my kids to get very involved with it and find pictures. Maybe they can even illustrate their own pictures. I have had students do that before, where they've drawn their own pictures and then put them into their book as well, so that would be fun. And then what I'd like to do is actually take these books over to the fifth graders and have them read through them, and then we could even have a contest to see which of my kids created the best ebook based on what the fifth graders voted. So that would be fun too. One thing I did want to focus on is that they did have a credits where of any photos or videos they may have used because we are focusing on plagiarism in my class as well. Is that something? So I think these ebooks are fun because there's something you can create and they actually look like an ebook once you're done with them. And they would be creating them for younger kids. They'd be having a contest to see who could create the best. I think it'd be exciting while at the same time they're taking the complicated things that we learned in seventh grade and simplifying them down so they can teach other younger students about them as well. So I think it'd be fun. I think it'd give them an outlet to be creative, and overall, I think it'd be a great project for us to use.